to that
Yeah,
aspect.
again, bullet, I mean, obviously speed, skills, and tactical vision is the most important stuff. And it's very hard to be outplayed positionally in 1+1 because, okay,
Yeah.
you need
What
to
is
be
there?
someone.
Yeah. And it goes back down to, you blunder your queen and it's game over. It doesn't matter if you've built your advantage for the last 30 moves. I don't know what happened with Yulia's position, but how did she lose all her pawns? Just slowly. Ouch. Ouch. Oh no.
So rook d8, rook d2. Okay, I mean, rook e7. Probably she will make g6 at some point, or g5, just to not, blunder.
I would personally
Check
go
my
for
play.
every single pawn. But I think Anna will have a more objective way of playing the position. Right. Ouch.
Yeah.
That was a bit painful.
Okay, I think Julia is already tilting. I mean, it's difficult because, okay, you know that the match is over and grabbing some motivation is not hard to find. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah. I just want to see something that's not bishop f8, please. Oh no. Here we go again. But I do think that this tournament, well, through this match at least, probably for Yulia, she's gonna realize that her openings need a little bit of work, especially if playing people with a little bit more experience and just a little bit more,
Well, I think that the only two things which I could witness from this match is, okay, she needs to improve her openings and she needs to, be
Except
objective.
queen trades.
Yeah. Except queen trades and be objective to the position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Because this kind of tricky chess doesn't work against an experienced player like Anna. I mean, it works against lower opponents, obviously, but it will not work against players like Anna. And that's basically the two big differences in this match.
I mean, that's where a lot of people struggle with improvement, right? If they keep getting stuck in their old habits, they're just not, you can stay at your current level by beating people around you or people worse than you, but to really improve, you have to make changes. And Yulia's still young. I have lots of faith in her to implement those changes, but throughout this bullet match, it's just been very obvious that knight is on b8.
Well, it's not so bad. It's guarding c6 and a6. I mean, like, if you want to find some pluses, we will.
True. Yeah, it is at least defending. It's doing its job.
The knight is the best protector of the king.
Yeah, honestly, it is pretty much also the only protector of the king, as we're gonna probably run into something along the lines of, rook a2, rook a1, and rook to a7. And
I mean, we don't have to make it too obvious with queen a2 if you can make it with rook a7. Okay, well.
Yeah, can't possibly make it any more obvious.
Also, like, she can still run away in any case, so it's not like that it would have been mated.
Yeah.
Now the next thing we should try to do is to change the bishop or to improve our knight. How can we improve our knight? Knight c1, knight e3, knight b4. That is something which is typical. Okay.
Yeah, that would be really funny.
Knight f4 now is the same idea. Okay, she wants to double her rooks on the c file, which is also looking nice. And now already, like, I can... Well, it's difficult. If I keep the rooks on the board... Knight f4 is not running into a mate. No, it's not, probably, but it was interesting.
Huh. Okay, well, I mean, black's pieces have more or less been stuck in this little cubicle over here, so...
Okay, queen takes h7 is also coming. I mean, it's probably like a white choice.
Well, maybe this endgame is not that clear because it is equal material and...
I mean, like, yes, she lost her advantage. But still, the white's king is a lot safer, and this will decide the game. I mean, because in bullet, you need time to defend, and this is very hard. Now bishop f4.
Will there e5 potentially?
e5 is still fine, actually. Maybe.
I think queen g7. Right. Okay, now bishop d8 coming in. Right, and she will blunder something at
queen
some
f7
point.
and queen takes d5, and oof. That will be hard.
e2 is probably worth a try. Okay, well, worth that.
Knight e7.
Oh, and that's just a free queen.
Yeah, it's a...
Oh, wait! You thought it was a free queen, but that was beautiful. I mean, Yulia defended this position.
Yeah, it's a draw.
Wow. Okay, that was very well played by Yulia, honestly. Apart from the fact that she was lost for most of the game, she was able to hold it and come up with that F1 and knight E3 at the very end. That's gonna make this game a draw. And
you know what actually like is a thing about like making a draw when you like are like up with a score. You want time to pass. You understand?
Right. Yes,
so what
obviously.
She could have, I mean, like she's a fair player, but what you can do in these moments are just to move
Stall,
around.
Yeah.
No, just to gain time, because
Right.
time is the crucial factor of winning the match.
Absolutely. Here we have the Polish opening again. Probably not the best opening guys to be using in official matches. Knight to g4 is incoming, followed by some very nasty threats. Knight to g4 still incoming, followed by some nasty threats, because it did not solve the issue of the fact that, you still have a fork on e3 coming.
Okay, knight c4. Can I? No, I cannot take on h2 and play
b5,
queen h4.
Right? Yeah.
But oof.
I mean,
well, the openings are not in Yulia's favor. That's
absolutely not. But I think her b4 opening is pretty much just going on tilt, trying to.
Yeah, but anyway, it's difficult already because it's very hard to find motivation. That's the thing.
Yeah, quite unfortunate positions.
Now you see the weakness of black squares to be exploited in the most technical or demonstrative way.
Yes.
Bad bishop against strong knight. And the queen exchange, of course.
Of course. Had to go with the queen exchange.
Yeah.
Now you never, ever, ever want to give up this knight for this bishop. This bishop is quite useless. Doesn't really have any clear ideas, and this knight is on a very nice outpost and makes sure that this pawn on d3 will, be a backwards pawn for the rest of its life.
By the way, did Julia win any bullet game? Yes, she won the one where the queen was plundered. No, this was not bullet. This was 3+1, right?
I'm not even quite familiar. There was a draw. I don't think she has won a bullet game yet.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, she hasn't won a bullet game yet. So swapping off the rooks.
Well, this you cannot afford because an a2 is too loose. So you should somehow try to get some compensation on the weak c5 pawn. But okay, king f6, king e5 at some point is coming.
Yeah, we like to joke about how positional doesn't really matter that much in endgames, but usually if you have a lot of weak pawns, in which case Yulia does, right? Weak pawns. You don't really want to swap pieces because then you just have less pieces to defend them.
Yes, but now, of course, it's a positional killing game.
Oh no, not these end games that I get into against grandmasters and I'm there for 2 hours. Yeah. I literally have PTSD from playing these positions where I just lose. And it's like a very slow loss too. And you're like, man, this is really not it. Like you want to resign, but you don't have an excuse to resign because you're not down material, right? Well, okay.
Yeah, but still.
Losing on time is also fair. So there will be probably 2 more bullet games. Let's see if Yulia will play any other openings. I am personally really hoping for something that is not the bishop f8 winner. Okay, this works too.
You cannot be serious.
Oh wow, we have a novelty on move 4 with queen d7. Very well-known line, very old line as well. I mean, most winner lines are fairly old, but
yes, I used to play some games with queen d7. It's not so bad.
Yeah, it's one way to defend your g7 pawn, right? You got this f5. It's really not that bad. I agree. It's anything is preferred to bishop f8 at this point. Anything, quite literally anything. I'm happy to see this. But it will probably be.
These positions are very tough because they're very close. So you have to find some way to open it up, having the bishop pair, but it's not easy to see how. Actually, now I believe like Yulia should have played this kind of variation more often because I like the positions she gets here much better.
Yeah, I think we've roasted Yulia's openings enough for the
Yeah.
rest of the year. But yeah, jokes aside, this seems a lot easier to handle than a position where your pieces are all in the back rank. At least here you have ideas with like pushing g5, potentially sacrificing on e5.
I mean, I think actually even okay, here's this
All
works
right.
probably, yeah. Queen d2 check.
Well, it's probably not the most accurate, but in a bullet game, you want to be where you worry a little bit less about accuracy and a little bit more about your aggression. So you want to be a little bit
Yeah,
more
that's
aggressive.
true. Even so, like if king g1 and king h2, where's the compensation?
Right. Rook to d2, I guess, and then you try to move your other rook over. But objectively speaking, it's kind of like a shot
It
in the
doesn't
dark.
work.
Yeah, it doesn't really work, but
I mean, I would tell you if like Julia wasn't down with score, she wouldn't have gone for it.
absolutely. But I mean, at this point, 11-point difference. It's kind of do
Yes,
whatever you.
it doesn't matter already.
It
That's
does not
like-
matter. Yeah, she just tries. Try whatever,
Mhm.
Test things out. All right, king to h2, f4, and then if the queen takes f4, you have rook takes g2, so queen to g4.
They can take on d4 at any moment and take on b4. Maybe.
Well, the
Okay, that
queen's
would
just
be odd.
trapped. Yeah,
The queen
this
is trapped? Oh, wow.
Yes. And that goes to show, like you can try with this, but very unlikely that it might.
So now we have the last game running
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because it's hard to believe it will finish in. Oh, the London system. Finally, something which I can talk about. So here, no, this is not a good move because of queen b6. So knight bd2 is the best in terms of precision.
Knight bd2. Got it.
Yeah, but still. Actually, I mean, if you play without bishop g3, then in my opinion, you should take on f4 because now I can take on d6 and play knight e5 and f4. And at least, I have an easy setup.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have advantage, of course, but an easy setup.
Yeah, this is one of those like just kind of normal Londonish positions.
It's not the normal ones because, okay, the bishop was not moved to g3, but it's actually an interesting alternative line. I won some games also with that. But
I'm thinking the h7 pawn might look a little bit weak here.
You have to be afraid of bishop takes h7, knight g5, and queen
I just
h5
knew,
ideas.
Julia, but this is not working because of queen
This is
g4,
premature because
f5,
you don't
yes.
have the check on d3 to make it work, and because you missed the bishop on c1. But it's a nice motif.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called the Greek gift, guys, and unfortunately, it just doesn't work sometimes because you don't have enough material. But as we've talked about, Julia's, just
Yes, maybe king f6, queen h4, and they would agree on the draw.
Yeah, can potentially go for that. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, they're just lost.
This is lost, yeah.
Yeah, king's safe now. There's no attack. Queen to h4 was maybe a good try. There are ideas with knight to e4 check here, so
yeah. I mean, like I think you have to repeat moves here. I mean, at least in a bullet game.
Just go king to g6.
Can I play queen h7 and then f4 and I pretend I made you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh no, this is pinned, but h4.
I'm
pinned though. Yeah, it's pinned.
Then I stop my pretensions.
That's pinned, unfortunately.
But it would have been a nice mate otherwise.
In a classical game, that's something that you just would never play because it's not working yet, right? But in a bullet game, it has the opportunity of working.
Yeah.
So. Mm-hmm. Oof. All right.
And now the end is near, and so I face final curtains. So, is there some tricks I missed? No, proper. Well, white. No, still black is.
Yeah, black is just gonna win.
This was close that she would change the tables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, this was an interesting game for sure. I'm really happy to see actually Yulia did not lose her like fighting spirit at all and just still playing for the win, just trying her best because that's really important as well. I mean, this is a good tactic, but unfortunately the pawns are just too fast.
Yeah, they're a bit faster.
Yeah, this one will push all the way down. That will be an easy wrap up for Anna.
Yeah. Queen c5 is finishing. This is well, actually like everything is finishing. So
everything is finishing. There's no way for the pawns to really extend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab all those pawns, gobble them up.
Yeah. Well, we can hope for stalemate.
Fortunately, did not quite happen. Just design, yeah. Well, that was definitely, you know, one of the. I would say Anna played some very amazing games throughout the whole match, and the bullet just did not go in Yulia's favor. It was quite painful, but we will be back really soon with the post-match interview. So see you all in 3 minutes. All right, and we're back with both Anna and Yulia for this post-match interview. How are you feeling today, Yulia? You played some really, really nice games. I love seeing the fighting spirit right through to the end. So just wanted to, ask about your thoughts for today's match.
Oh, thank you. I have the first experience to play in such a strong tournament. So I think it is my main problem in this match because I don't have many experience and my opponents playing very well. So it was a really good fight and a good experience for you. And I congrats Anna for this victory. So
Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. I definitely hope, you're going to bounce back even stronger than before. It definitely is quite challenging to play against, former speed chess champion Anna. So I'll shoot over to you, Elizabeth.
Yes, I'm the one to ask you questions, Anna, because I'm the one to know you better. So tell me, like,
know the questions, I guess.
well, my questions are always sneaky, as you know. So Anna, first of all, probably it's interesting for most of the viewers. Did you have a special strategy before the game, or was just a strategy as usual, playing safe?
I just tried to play what I prepared a bit and what I felt comfortable with. And yeah, Yulia, thank you for the greetings. I don't know. I think I had some troubles with French in the first portion of the match, 5+1. But then I think it went better. So I think it was pretty smoothly. So if like the strategy worked, then I thought like there is no need to change it, and I continued playing the lines which I played from the very beginning with white pieces, and with black I was changing something, and in the last portion 1+1 Yulia changed starting to play b4 lines, but I think I had comfortable positions after that.
I have actually another question, if I may ask one more.
Go
There was
ahead.
a game where you repeat moves and you were totally superior. Was it like a kind of strategy just to collect points to basically win time and save the match? But as I already pointed out in one particular game, I don't know if you can follow me, there was a moment you repeated moves with the queen. I'm not sure, it was like queen d5, queen e4, and we were wondering why you didn't play for the win here.
Yeah, queen e4, queen f5, the check. Yeah, something like
yes,
that.
I remember that game, and I kind of felt my position was better, and I was also much better on time at that moment. But somehow I felt that I started to lose control over the position. And I thought like there may be some c3 coming, some sacrifices on d4 maybe, or just some opening the position. I didn't like my bishop on g7 that much. And I just thought, okay, it's safer since I already had a big advantage in the score, just to repeat the moves and then to start a new game. Because yeah, I really felt it's like it may go wrong.
Yeah, I totally understand that. It's always better. Elizabeth was joking that you really like safe positions throughout the entire commentary. So I do like hearing that from you.
Yeah.
Now, thank you both so much for joining us. And once again, congratulations to you, Anna. And I definitely hope to see Yulia, you playing a lot of these events in the future. Hope your first, kind of experience with it went absolutely amazingly.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you.
Take care. All right. So that was the final part of the match between Anna and Yulia. Anna is going to move on to play Harika in the quarterfinals. And we are going to be having a lot of really exciting games upcoming. But before we even go into the quarterfinals, tomorrow is going to be between Ho Yifan and international master Gulnar Mamadova from Azerbaijan. So lots of really exciting things. What do you think about tomorrow, Elizabeth?
Well, I mean, the odds are clearly in Polyefan's favor, but
Mhm.
okay, the thing is like online chess is still a little bit different than OTP chess. And since Mammadova proved that she could qualify in a very strong field, I mean, we should understand that underdogs can bite.
Right, absolutely. I'm not familiar. Has Holyfield been playing any tournaments recently? Any because she might.
She met her master's. No, she finished her master's in Oxford University.
Mhm.
And as far I can recall, she went to US for some very interesting job opportunities. So currently, I would say she's doing everything else but chess. Besides, she was also announced a professor in her
Mhm.
Chinese city, or in her home country at least. So she's also a professor now by academic status. So that means she didn't play any chess as far I can think of. So her first tournament is actually Willy this Speed's Women's Championship, and you can be very happy that she actually agreed, as she seems to be a semi-half politician already, or a very important.
Yeah, she's been absolutely amazing. I mean, I've known her since I was like, I've looked up to her since I was like a little kid. So it's been absolutely awesome seeing her do everything and then go to, become a professor and also play chess. So tomorrow's match is going to be really exciting. It will be one of her first tournaments of recent memory with the speed chess. And of course, she will also be playing in the Champions Tour. So, lots of exciting games will be upcoming tomorrow. But we are going to sign off today. Thank you very much, Elizabeth, for joining me. Hope you have fun. I definitely learned a lot. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. And make sure you guys are staying tuned for tomorrow's awesome match. See you, everybody.
Thank you, Nemo. Thanks, chat. See you soon.
Bye.